Prime Minister's video conference with the Chief Ministers that is happening right now as we speak, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has organized a video conference with the Chief Ministers that began at 10 in the morning amidst the countrywide coronavirus lockdown that started on March 25th. The meeting's agenda is to review the extension of the lockdown and a clear exit plan. The Chief Ministers of Bihar, Odisha, Gujarat, Haryana, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh and many other will be speaking at this meeting, but the Chief Minister of Kerala has not joined in this meeting. He has in fact written an email before this meeting and informed the Prime Minister about it. The Home Minister has also spoken in this meeting and told the Chief Ministers that they should ensure that the lockdown is followed strictly in their respective states. And now we're bringing you the visuals of the respective Chief Ministers joining in the press conference remotely from their offices. And now for more on this, our colleague Uma Sudhir has given us more information as to what exactly does the state government wants from the central government, and also what do the Principal Secretary to the Municipal Administration Arvind Kumar is stating about this, the situation of COVID-19 in the state.
Chief Minister, in fact, had in his earlier conversations with the Prime Minister also asked for the FRBM norms to be relaxed so that they can borrow more. Yes, as you mentioned, even Andhra Pradesh has pointed out that their salary bill is about 6,000 crore rupees and they have no money to pay that. Both the states, in fact, have taken salary cuts for their employees and also the political leadership, in that sense, the MLAs and the ministers and also the Chief Minister, because of which, say, for instance, Andhra Pradesh is saving about 2,000 crore rupees. But even if they were able to borrow 2,500 crore rupees from the RBI's amount of 30,000 crore rupees for a year, they will still not be able to pay the salaries, and if that is extended to 4,000 crore rupees, then they will just be enough for paying the salaries, which means no money at all left for any of the other development activities in the states. I am here with Telangana's Municipal Administration and Urban Development Principal Secretary. He is also the Information and Public Relations Commissioner, and they have in fact just now handed out kits to the media for protection of the media, because elsewhere, everywhere, in fact, media also seen as a frontline risk, and that's one reason why they have these people have sponsored these kits, and they are being distributed to the media. Thank you first of all for the kits for the media, for the safety of media personnel. But I'm also going to ask you about what is Telangana's view. Today the video conference happening, the Prime Minister speaking to all the Chief Ministers. Telangana Chief Minister has been very particular about lockdown being the way forward. Finances is something that's a big worry at the same time.
See, we have been trying our best in the state of Telangana to contain and to flatten the curve, as commonly known as. And there are 2-3 ways in which the state government has been going about doing this. First is containment zones. So wherever there are positive cases, we have gone around and done the containment zone. At one point of time in Hyderabad, there were about 190 containment zones, and today the number is less than 110, because whichever areas have completed more than 14 days and 28 days and there are no fresh cases, we are closing them down. So that's one thing. Secondly, wherever there are contact points for people, we are trying to minimize. Therefore, the lockdown has been imposed very, very strictly and being followed very strictly, and we have started seeing the results. The 4-day moving average of number of positives which are being observed has started coming down, and last 5 days continuously the average is coming down. So that's a very welcome sign, and we hope with the continuation of lockdown for some more time, we will be able to make some significant gains in this regard.
What about the finances? That's something that the Chief Minister also spoken about, that we need more borrowings because obviously your earnings are close to zero now.
From March onwards, GST, excise, revenue, stamp duties, there are practically nil revenues on those accounts. So there is a pressure on the state government. And based on the last cabinet meeting, our Honorable Chief Minister has made a request to Government of India, giving few suggestions, as you said, including the increasing the limit of FRBM, among others. So we are hopeful that these issues will be taken up in today's video conference, and some useful things will come out for the state governments to ease the pressure on finance.
The lockdown, of course, in Telangana is longer than elsewhere in the country as of now. Is the thinking that you may have to extend it further? Of course, I know that the review is to happen on the 5th.
That's for the cabinet to decide, but we are very closely observing the effect of lockdown, how it's working out, and these daily progress will be placed before the cabinet to take further call in this regard.
Is there also a worry about asymptomatic people actually testing positive after you have also doubled the quarantine period to 28 days, but even later the symptoms coming up? Is that something that now tells you that you should probably be testing more, because Telangana is not very high on testing?
See, this virus is something I think none of us are sure of how it's going to behave, and the entire process is evolving. On the other side, there is also a feeling of herd immunity and how it's working. Sweden is a clear example. So it's very early to say what exactly is the very ideal approach, and is there a single approach kind of thing. The results are to be seen. In fact, in Telangana, as we can see, the average is less than the national average so far as positives are concerned. We are not seeing any fresh cases of outbreaks. We are seeing there are families, from each family there have been 10 or 12 cases. So in terms of containment, it's very confined, and it has not been spread in terms of secondary infection. So these are welcome signs, and we are closely monitoring on
Okay, thank you so much for all those details. Yes, Telangana certainly believes that its lockdown and containment policy has hugely helped the government. Back to you.
So as all the chief ministers join in this video conference, it seems the Chief Minister of Kerala hasn't joined in. For more on this, let's go across to my colleague Sneha Merigoshi. Sneha, what is the reason, why has the Chief Minister decided to stay away from this video conference?
Well, what the Chief Minister's office is telling us that it was not mandatory today for the Chief Ministers, all the Chief Ministers to be present. It's been region specific, and Chief Minister of Kerala has already put forward all the concerns that the state has during his earlier the conference call the video conference call with the Prime Minister, and this time it's 9 other Chief Ministers who would be doing so, and the Chief Ministers had an option of either deputy ministers or top level officials. So from Kerala, it's the Chief Secretary who would be attending the meeting today. We are also being told that the Home Minister, Amit Shah, had called the Chief Minister yesterday excuse me, and spoken to the Chief Minister of Kerala, asking him for suggestions of how this lockdown needs to be dealt with, how the lifting off needs to happen according to the state of Kerala, and Chief Minister will be sending his detailed suggestions today. Among them would also be a staggered lifting of the restrictions in the transport. He doesn't want the transport restrictions to be lifted altogether. The state is not prepared to handle that, is what the Chief Minister has said. The Chief Minister also reiterating their demand for ensuring that Indians who are stranded abroad, especially in the Gulf region, must be brought back, and adequate provisions for them should be made.